Hello? What's good? Who the f*** are you? Hello and welcome back to VEEVOID. I'm Steve and this is Kerbal Space Program. Right, I'll level with you. So, the last episodes, I pretty much made a ship and I had a couple of issues with it. And I might as well, at this point, I might end up scrapping it. But if I can make a decent video out of it, then I'll keep it. But I might end up scrapping it because, to put it simply, I cocked up with the first ship, as you know from watching it, assuming I uploaded it. And basically, it just didn't have enough power. Like, it didn't have enough, what they called, solar panels. And my plan for the next episode was to get another ship up there to have more solar panels attached to it. And I thought that that was a brilliant idea. In fact, this is the ship that I designed, where I was going to attach to it from this docking port, and I was going to move all the fuel from that one onto this one, and then I was going to have solar panels on this. So therefore, the main ship that I've got up there, it'll basically be a lot better than what I originally got up there. But unfortunately, as you can see by this, there's no solar panels on it. I've only done it again. So I thought, you know what, since that was literally going on for 28 minutes, and I thought, well, it was literally pointless, I might as well scrap that. Whether I scrap the first one, we will see. But this time round, we're basically starting again. If you've seen the last episode, you would have noticed the mistakes I made, but it happens and it's best to learn from mistakes rather than to dwell on them. Now, while the gameplay of myself building my second attempt of this ship is being sped up, some of you might have noticed I loaded up a ship called OB All On Station. Admittedly, dyslexia got me there, it's meant to be all in one station, but regardless of that, this was something I built a while ago. I won't go into detail now because I will be showing off the full design of this ship later on in the episode. And of course, I'll explain why I attempted to build such a questionable design. While editing this, I still feel as if it was wasted effort, but when you see it later on, feel free to comment your opinions in the comment section below. But going back to this ship that's being built right now, some of you might be asking, why not use a design I've already built? Honestly, I could, and in some episodes I might, but personally, I think using the same design again and again isn't fun, and if I'm being honest, with using different designs, you're more likely to learn something. And to recap with what my plan is, I know this design doesn't look complex, but this is for the first trip to Duna, which means as much fuel as possible while having minimal weight. Right, I think that's good enough. Got to raise the entire thing a little bit because it's pretty much in the grounds. Okay. Right, save crafts, launch. Okay. So this is. Oh, that was not. That didn't go as planned, now did it? Okay, whatever. Fuck it. Okay, so where is it? Okay, so that's I want way up. Have it about there. And what else is that? Yep, that's fine. Right, okay, so whereas what I'm doing in this episode is technically no different to the last episodes, with any luck, this episode I won't need to do any more preparation. I might have to. I think it would be better if I do need to refuel, to actually refuel it the way I originally planned, as in getting fuel up there and then docking it. I was planning in this episode to dock it to that big ship I mentioned, but it's going to be too much effort than it's worth. Hence the reason why I originally, when I first mentioned it, saying it was a bad idea, because I had this great idea to create a huge space station which would essentially, every time I get a ship up into space, I will dock it to that station and I would offload fuel there. And my thoughts were, okay, so if I have all this fuel up there, that will benefit me in a huge way. But the problem is, it works out easier to just get another ship and then bring that up and then dock that to your first ship. Like what I might be doing with this one. It just works out so much easier. So I made this huge station to the point where it basically glitches out the game to some degree. And it's just a waste of space. But I haven't got the heart to delete it because it took so long to build. I mean, yeah, I did learn a few things about building the game, building ships and all that. So that's, a silver lining. Like, one thing I have learned is if you are going to have a big ship up in space, it's better to have it as a single ship rather than multiple ships docked together. But even in saying that, it's obviously, it's more, the best way to put it is, hang on, let me just sort this out first. Yeah, so, Jesus, the controls on this is fucking terrible. Yes, so it's easier to get up multiple parts of the ship and build it in orbit. That is just the easier option. But when it comes to transporting that ship in space, it's not easy to control. It will be easier to control if it's a single ship. But of course, then you've got to get the single ship up into space, because it's a lot of weight, and obviously more weight means more fuel means more weight, and then you end up in a paradox then. So it is a bit, annoying. Can't really do much about it. But whatever. So get this bad boy up into space, and how much fuel we've got, it might be enough to do the journey. So I might not have to refuel. So I might even, I'll get this up into orbit, and I'll save it. Then I'll show you the big ship that I was on about. And then for the next episodes, I will do a test to actually see if I can get to where I want to go. And if I can, well, look at that. Didn't need to refuel. And then, of course, the rest of that episode will probably be me trying to get additional ships up and then having them sent to where this ship is going and then refueling it there. So, of course, I don't know if I scrapped the last episode or not, but I did state how I'm no expert at this game, if that wasn't bleeding obvious. But I know the basics. And essentially what I'm doing is sticking to what I know, and whereas it might be long-winded, then that's fine with me. So, yeah, I'll be speeding things up so you don't have to worry about waiting rounds. Okay, get that sorted. Yep, happy with that. Wait till 5. Wait that out. Okay. And accelerate again. Okay, speed you up. Whoa, 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 careful, careful, careful. Okay, should be running out of fuel shortly. Here we go. Come on. What blew up? The fuck blew up? What the fuck blew up? Oh, fuck off, game! For fuck's sake, revert flights. I'll admit, even I thought my reaction was a bit much then, but I thought it was funny, so that's why I've left it in. Either way, I don't think we need to see this stage for a second time, so let's just skip it. Okay, and accelerate again. Wait till a minute. That'll do me. No, wrong button. Okay, fast forward. Okay. Gotta keep. Do you know what? Let's have a look at me load save. Okay, that's fine. Let's create a quick save there. Whoa, why the fuck are you spinning out of control there? Okay, that's fine. Wait till about 10 seconds and then I'll accelerate again. But this time, what I'm going to do is, once it's empty, I'm going to wait a sec. Okay, wait a sec. Detach that. Now accelerate. Oh, shit. What the fuck? Oh, thank fuck I saved it. Jesus. Right, okay. Gotta think here quick. Okay, so that one goes up here. That's fine, Accelerate. How we doing? Yeah, we're doing alright. I don't know why I said that, I didn't even have a fucking block. Okay, come on. As soon as you're out. Okay, turn that off. And push on. Right, okay, cool. Right. Shit, I'm past the points. God damn it. Can I pull back? Yes, I can. Okay, wait that out for a sec. There we go. And accelerate again. Oh, no fucking wonder it wasn't even aimed at the acceleration points. Whatever, fuck it. Again, if I have to refuel it, then I'll just refuel it. Okay, that's that done. Okay, a little bit more. Yep, fuck it, I'm fine with that. Okay, so we're finally up in orbit, and if I just have a quick check, my game crashed. Sorry about that. I did mention that this game has a habit of crashing, and there you go, you just witnessed it for the first time. Okay, so it was a good job I saved. Now that we've got that debris falling, I don't have to worry too much about that. We have, so we're up in orbit, and we've got quite a lot of fuel, so I think we might be able to... One sec, just having a quick look. So I think we might be able to just continue as we are. So before I actually do anything else, it has been saved. I'm going to go to the tracking station because I did say I wanted to show you the big station, the one that probably causes the most problems. Okay, so what was it classed as? I think that was a big ship assembler. So like I said, my plan was to make this ship to essentially build other ships up in space. So let's have a quick look at it. To explain it in a way that's easy to understand, as well as to assemble ships, it was also used to store as much fuel as possible. The plan was something like this. Get the first part of the ship up into space and attach it to the big ship assembler. Any fuel left over would be stored. Then get the next part of the ship, attach it to the first part, again storing any leftover fuel. Assuming I didn't need to add any more, all that would be left is the fuel tanks and the engine. So then I would send the final part of the ship up, which is literally just a huge fuel tank and a decent engine. Once that was done, all I needed to do is transfer the fuel from the big ship assembler to the newly built ship, and it'll be ready to send off into deep space. Problem was, having all those docking ports would increase the chance of the ship wobbling while accelerating. As you can see from the big ship assembler, I tried using multiple docking ports hoping that they would all attach and in theory prevent any wobbling. Turns out that didn't work. So after all that, what I learned was if I wanted to get a big ship to a distant location, I had two options. Either build the ship how I want it, struggle to get into space, refuel it, then hope it was enough fuel to get it to where I needed to be. Or I simply make the ship in smaller parts, give the ships way too much fuel, assemble them at the destination, and it'll act as what I call a checkpoint, and basically a checkpoint ship would have two main purposes. The first being it'll help maintain signal back to Kerbal, and the second being if I wanted to send any astronauts to a distant location, I can send small ships with minimal weight which would stop off at these checkpoints to refuel if need be. And of course, if this was on campaign mode, these checkpoint ships would have science equipment to earn science points. And due to the small ship having so little weight, all it will be carrying to Kerbal is the data, not the equipment, which of course has weight. And yes, this is a very long-winded way to progress through the game, but again, I'm no expert, but this method works well. It was Doing a Start, I believe it was called, so it should be the bottom one. There it is. Oh, debris. Do you know what? Terminated debris. Fuck it. Save wasting rounds. Okay, and let's view you. Okay, so I think this is good enough to... Hang on a minute. Let's just quickly extend all these. Might as well get the power. Have I got to do it to all of them? Fuck's sake. There we go. Right, okay, so in theory, I've just got to wait round till it's around by the sun. Just speed that up for a sec. There we go. Skip. There we go. Okay, so if I just quickly check the batteries. Okay, so the batteries are full. So yeah, this is good enough. We've got the satellites and whatnot. We've got the power source, so this is good enough. As for fuel, I don't believe that's at max, but then again, it could be far worse. How much is that actually? 1,000. So, is it worth the effort? That is the question. Either way, save that, and I'll end this episode here. Because honestly, this. Obviously, I haven't made much progress in the last 2 episodes because I'm going to assume that the first episode that I've done is good enough to upload. However, the second one was trying to get a ship attached to this one and refuel it, and also add additional solar panels. And I was making a speech saying how it's not worth doing like another ship because at least this way it gets in the practice of docking ships together. But the fact that I brought that ship up, spent about 20 minutes to like waiting around trying to get it all sorted, just to realise it didn't have solar panels on it yet again. So I just thought, you know what, fuck it, I'll scrap that. So I'm going to assume that I kept the first one and scrap the seconds. But yeah, what is certain now is this ship is up in orbit. We are ready to either refuel or take it off to Duna. So at the start of the next episode, that's what I'm going to try and do. Like, you know, test run it. If it's not good enough, then of course I will refuel it and then plan from there. So anyways, if you like this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Like and subscribe.